Glad to have you join us this hour on African News 24 TV for news and reports of events going on around the world. I'm Mary Adam. The highlights first. Christopher Musa has been sworn in as new Minister of Defense. Peter Obi faults alleged distribution of campaign vehicles by the federal government. Appeal Court affirms judgment stopping VIO from stopping impounding vehicles. We start off with the appointment of a new Minister of Defense. President Bola TINUBU has sworn in General Christopher Musa as the new Minister of Defense. Musa, the immediate past Chief of Defense Staff, took the oath of office at the Presidential Villa in Abuja today. His swearing-in is coming a day after his confirmation by the Senate. Before the confirmation, General Musa was grilled by the Senate for 5 hours. The President had earlier today written to lawmakers to commend the prompt confirmation of the military chief. In a statement by the President's spokesperson, he expressed satisfaction with the upper chamber's timely consideration of Musa's credentials, describing the approval as a demonstration of strong institutional cooperation between the executive and legislature. TINUBU stated that Musa's wealth of experience in counter-terrorism, military operations, and strategic leadership made his appointment a crucial addition to the federal government's security and governance structure. The President assured the lawmakers that under his watch, failures would not be tolerated. And as part of efforts at containing the rising insecurity cases in the country, the National Economic Council has approved 100 billion naira to renovate and upgrade training institutions across Nigeria's security agencies. The move aims to enhance capacity building and strengthen operational readiness nationwide amid concerns about the deteriorating condition of critical training facilities. We have more in this report.
For these reasons,
the National Economic Council has sanctioned a 100 billion naira intervention fund to modernize major security training institutions, following briefings on the urgent need to upgrade infrastructure and improving training quality for personnel across the country. Announcing the approval after the NEC meeting in Abuja, Vice President Kashim Shettima said the initiative will support rehabilitation, equipment upgrades, and the introduction of modern training tools, noting that the intervention is vital for enhancing the preparedness of security personnel.
We will also receive the memorandum on the approval for the NEC conference. This conference is yet another strategic platform to harmonize federal and state priorities, strengthen subnational capacities, and ensure that governance is not a fragmented project but a single national enterprise.
The approval responds to long-standing concerns about decaying facilities, outdated training modules, and overstretched staff at the nation's security academies. Factors analysts say undermines Nigeria's fight against crime and terrorism. Governor Peter Humba of Enugu State, who also briefed journalists, said the fund complements ongoing reforms aimed at improving interagency coordination and delivering a more professional and effective security workforce.
An estimate of 100 billion was submitted to address some of the quick fixes so that those recruited or about to be recruited personnel will have a training ground
of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy provided updated figures at the 154th meeting of the National Economic Council on the underlisted accounts.
Experts, however, caution that the success of the initiative will depend on transparency, timely execution and effective oversight as Nigeria continues to face escalating security threats across multiple regions.
Still on security, Nigeria is not a potential failed state. That is the position of a former Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General BURATAI. In a statement posted on his Facebook page, BURATAI dismissed claims on social media that Nigeria is a potential failed state. BURATAI described such assertions as misguided and out of touch with the country's historical resilience. He argued that projections such as the 2011 CSAT assessment failed to recognize recent leadership reforms and the determination of Nigerians to overcome adversity. He said Nigeria has repeatedly survived political instability, economic shocks, and security threats that would have overwhelmed many nations. The former army chief commended past leaders for guiding the country through defining periods, adding that today's leaders are even more accountable and responsive to citizens. And to the courts. The Court of Appeal in Abuja has upheld a ruling that bars vehicle inspection officers VIO from stopping, impounding or confiscating vehicles, reinforcing motorists' rights against harassments on Nigerian roads. Justice Oyejoju Oyewomi, delivering the lead judgment, ruled that the appeal filed by the VIO was without merit and upheld the lower court's decision. The court emphasized that no existing law empowers the VIO to stop, impound, or fine motorists, stressing that such actions amount to harassment and infringement on citizens' rights. The appellate court affirmed an earlier federal high court judgment delivered in October 2024, which declared that the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, popularly known as VIO, has no legal authority to stop vehicles or impose fines. The case was initiated by Abubakar Mashal, a human rights activist and public interest lawyer who filed a fundamental rights enforcement suit challenging the powers exercised by VIO officers. From the courts to politics, the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the 2023 election, Peter Obi, has condemned the distribution of Hilux trucks and Hummer buses allegedly procured by the President Bola TINUBU administration for the 2027 campaign mobilization. He described the development as a grave injustice to Nigerians. Obi, in a message shared on X today, said, allocating scarce public resources to luxury campaign vehicles at a time when citizens are battling hunger, unemployment, and insecurity represents a serious moral failure and an abuse of public trust. End of quote. Reports had earlier emerged that the vehicles were distributed to state coordinators of a political structure known as the Renewed Hope Ambassadors ahead of the 2027 general election. The former governor of Anambra State said it was unacceptable for leaders to parade wealth through brand new Land Cruisers, Hilux pickups, and Hummer buses while ordinary Nigerians struggle with poverty and hopelessness. In other news, ahead of the Experience 2025 this Friday, the Lagos State government has extended operating hours on the Lagos Rail Mass Transit Blue Line. This, according to the state government, is to cater to the large turnout of participants expected for the annual all-night gospel concert. The Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, LAMATA, made this known in a statement issued today by its head of corporate communications, Kolawole Ojelabi. According to LAMATA, train services on the Blue Line will run beyond the usual 9:30 p.m. closure, with the last train now scheduled for 11:43 p.m. The agencies added that operation would begin much earlier on Saturday to accommodate early morning movements and post-event return trips. Quote, on Saturday, December 6, 2025, operation will commence at 4 a.m. running through 9:30 p.m., it stated. Lamata added that the LRMT Red Line will maintain its normal Friday schedule, running between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., and again from 5:20 p.m. to 8:40 p.m. The Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening grassroots development as Deputy Governor Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, representing Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, led the 2025 Community Day celebration in Ikeja. Addressing community leaders, the Deputy Governor praised the resilience and contributions of community development associations, noting the role in delivering self-funded projects that support peaceful coexistence and improve the quality of life across the state. He said the administration will continue to invest in community-driven initiatives, rural development, and infrastructure that ensure no locality is left behind.
Demand on all of us to intensify our dedication and growth and transformation in every community in our state. Our commitment must remain forward-looking, innovative, and united.
From Lagos to Rivers, where the state government has approved the revalidation and recall of 1,000 teachers recruited in 2023 in a move aimed at addressing the worsening manpower crisis in public basic schools. The decision follows growing criticism from lawmakers, education stakeholders, and community groups over the deteriorating state of public education in the state. We have more in this report.
I must say that this team also places a renewed demand on
the Rivers State government has ordered the revalidation of 1,000 teachers recruited last year as part of efforts to tackle the severe teacher shortages affecting public schools. Announcing the directive in Port Harcourt, Chairman of the Rivers State Universal Basic Education Board, Sam Oge, instructed the affected teachers to report with their original appointments and posting letters. He said the revalidation exercise is necessary to fill manpower gaps and strengthen basic education across the state.
Records, it's clear that most of them are posted to the local government of origin, because this is where you find very acute. The shortage of teachers in our schools is more acute at the local governments or at the rural areas. So most of them have already their postings. They know where they are going to.
The move comes amid widespread concern over the dilapidated state of public primary and secondary schools, where overcrowded classrooms, inadequate facilities, and stretched teachers has become common. Governor Siminalayi Fubara has acknowledged the scale of the problem, saying much of the infrastructure decline predates his administration. However, critics argue that recalling 1,000 teachers barely scratches the surface, with education unions insisting that the state needs several thousands more teachers to restore efficiency.
In Delta State, the 2025 World Disability Day celebration took on a hopeful tone as the governor's wife, Tobore Oboebori, rolled out a major empowerment initiative. 250 persons with disabilities have received financial and material support worth 50 million naira in a move aimed at promoting inclusion and economic independence. Our next report shows more.
Later. World Disability Day in ASABA brings together hundreds of persons with disabilities, their caregivers, advocates, and government officials, all united by one message: inclusion is not charity, it is a right. At the event, the wife of the Delta State Governor, Tobore Oboriwori, unveiled an empowerment package valued at 50 million naira, targeting 250 beneficiaries drawn from different disability clusters across the state. She said the initiative is part of ongoing efforts to ensure that no one is left behind in social and economic developments.
Today, the Renewed Hope Initiative will provide a sum of 200,000 naira business capitalization grants to 250 persons with disability in each state and the Federal Capital Territory to support small business owners to recapitalize their existing businesses and strengthen their means of livelihood.
We are very happy for this impactful program, and I can assure the state and the country at large that we will make good use of the empowerment that has come to our community today. They will make good use of the empowerment so that they can also contribute their quota to the community at large.
Several beneficiaries expressed gratitude, describing the empowerment as timely support that will help them build sustainable livelihood. The beneficiaries shared their relief and optimism, saying the financial support will enable them to grow small businesses and become less dependent on family and friends.
I have a business that I'm going to do with it that is already functioning, so I'm going to add it to my jewelry business.
I will make good use of it. I will invest it to my already existing business so that to grow more.
The event also featured awareness campaigns, solidarity messages, and renewed calls for disability-friendly infrastructure across communities in Delta states. The initiative marks one of the state's strongest statements yet on disability inclusion, a reminder that empowerment and accessibility remain key to achieving a truly inclusive society.
The Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria has announced that it has repaid a total of 3.6 trillion naira to the Central Bank of Nigeria since its establishment in 2010. Despite this milestone, the corporation still owes approximately 3 trillion naira in accrued interest, underscoring the scale of Nigeria's financial sector cleanup. AMCON was created in 2010 to stabilize Nigeria's banking industry following the 2009 financial crisis. Its mandate was to purchase non-performing loans from distressed banks, thereby restoring confidence in the financial system. Over the years, AMCON has acquired trillions of naira worth of toxic assets, making it one of the largest debt recovery agencies in Africa. And in environment, experts are making a case for Nigeria to reconsider its waste management systems to prevent further damage to rivers, oceans, forests, and farmlands already overwhelmed by plastic waste. The millions of animals remain vulnerable as pollution worsens. We have more in this report.
Stakeholders at the environmental workshop has emphasized the need to convert plastic waste from an environmental burden into an economic asset through a circular economy model. Central to this approach is the extended producer responsibility framework, which places accountability on plastic manufacturers and importers throughout their product life cycles. According to experts, integrating circular principles would not only reduce environmental degradation, but also help preserve biodiversity by ensuring plastics are reused, recycled, and reintegrated into productive systems rather than dumped into the environment.
We are looking at plastic pollution and how we are going to use plastics as a circular economy to be able to make it, instead of being a curse, it will turn out to be a blessing, even to the biodiversity, because by the time we turn it circular, by the time we turn the pollution circular, then it will also help in preserving our biodiversity.
Our approach integrates EPR, what we call the Extended Producer Responsibility Program, to ensure that producers, which include both plastic importers and plastic producers, makers in Nigeria, take accountability for products throughout their life cycle. This is what we refer to as circular economy.
Participants also raised concerns about policy gaps, particularly the exclusion of waste pickers from formal environmental planning despite their vital role in plastic recovery. They noted that the absence of structured government support undermines national effort to curb pollution, especially as improper disposal practices persist.
Waste pickers are mostly excluded in the environmental policies in Nigeria. Presently, we don't have any policy backing up a waste picker, and we don't have any plan on ground, a structured plan that is developed from the government side that has been adopted that will integrate these waste pickers into a formal system.
So as much as people are appreciating the environment and appreciating the ecosystem around them, there is also that negative behavioral response that we have seen where people are still dump plastic waste, even in areas that they themselves claim are beneficial.
The Nigerian Conservation Foundation added that recommendations from the workshop will shape future national interventions aimed at strengthening Nigeria's response to plastic pollution and safeguarding species and ecosystems that depend on a cleaner, healthier environment.
And on the foreign scene, Russian President Vladimir Putin has touched down in India to begin a 2-day state visit, underscoring Moscow's push to strengthen ties with one of its most important strategic partners. The visit, which runs from December 4 to 5, is centered on defense cooperation, energy security, and global geopolitical challenges. Putin is scheduled to hold bilateral talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Hyderabad House during the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit. He will also meet President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan, where he will receive a ceremonial welcome and attend a state banquet. The Russian leader will pay respect at Rajghat, the memorial of Mahatma Gandhi, before engaging in working sessions with Indian officials. Modi is hosting Putin for a private dinner on Thursday night, a gesture reflecting the close personal rapport between the two leaders. Back to Africa. The United States President Donald Trump is set to host a peace agreement between the leaders of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, aimed at ending decades of hostility and conflict in the Great Lakes region of Africa. The signing ceremony will take place at the White House today, with Congolese President Felix Tshisekedi and Rwanda President Paul Kagame expected to formally endorse the accord. The deal seeks to normalize relations between the two neighboring countries, whose ties have been marred by accusations of cross-border rebel support, resource exploitation, and recurring violence in eastern Congo. Analysts believe the accord could significantly reduce tensions in eastern Congo, where armed groups have displaced millions and fueled instability. A successful peace framework may also strengthen regional integration under the East African Community, of which both Rwanda and DRC are members. Welcome to sports. The Nigerian national team, the Super Eagles, are reportedly likely to scrap their planned training camp in Cairo, Egypt, ahead of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations AFCON in Morocco. According to sources, a friendly match against Egypt scheduled for December 14 will probably no longer take place, a situation that removes the justification for camping in Egypt. With the warm-up game off the table, the team instead head directly to Morocco to prepare for the tournament. The Super Eagles had earlier planned to begin camp in Cairo on December 10 as part of their build-up for AFCON. AC Milan have reportedly set a €30 million valuation for Nigerian winger Samuel Chukwueze, as Fulham weigh the option for making his loan move permanent. According to reports, The Serie A club is prepared to let the forward leave at the end of the season if the Fulham activate the buy clause, which is believed to fall within the 25 to 30 million euro range. Milan are said to be prioritizing a full sale to reinvest funds in the summer rebuild. Chukwueze, who joined Fulham on loan, has enjoyed a resurgence in form, highlighted by his stand-up performance against Manchester City, where he scored twice in a narrow 5-4 defeat. His improved displays have reportedly strengthened Fulham's interest in securing him on a long-term basis. The winger has credited his strong form to renewed confidence under manager Marco Silva, noting that support from the coaching staff and teammates has helped him rediscover his rhythm. Fulham are expected to continue monitoring his progress before making a final decision on triggering the permanent transfer option. Popular actress Bisola Badmus has marked her birthday with gratitude after surviving a serious brain condition. In a post, she revealed that she had spent over a year battling encephalopathy, a brain disease that forced her to withdraw from social media. During the difficult period, she also lost her mother, making the ordeal even harder. She thanked God for her survival and expressed deep appreciation to family, friends, industry colleagues and supporters who have stood by her throughout the ordeal. Speaking of phobia, veteran singer Peter Okoye, popularly known as Mr. P, has said that despite fame and success, his greatest fear remains poverty, not death. Recalling his difficult childhood, Okoye recounted how his family once lived in a cramped single-room apartment with 8 people. He said the house was demolished while they were still inside, forcing them into hardship and instability. According to him, the experience shaped his outlook, saying, quote, "I am not afraid of death. The only thing I am afraid of in this life is poverty, of being broke," end of quote. That is all for now on African News 24 TV. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to connect with us on all our social media platforms shown on your screen. And visit our website at africannews24.ng for the latest updates to stay informed and ahead. I'm Mary Adam. Goodbye for now.